Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to be looking at Ethereum against Bitcoin. Remember, if you do like the video, hit the like button down below, as well as hit subscribe. So, uh, we are currently monitoring Ethereum. I'll get rid of these here for now. We have been monitoring Ethereum for quite some time. The past, two and a half weeks, we witnessed Ethereum come out of this, falling wedge pattern here and coming up to a price the of about maybe 0.031 Bitcoin, uh, rising about 12%, going as high as almost 20. And so this is great. This is something that we wanted to see with Ethereum, but it's definitely not the big moves like that we have seen and what uh, uh, Ethereum is capable of. So with that said, um, Ethereum, like many other altcoins, are biding its time. Chainlink is another. Cardano is another. Well, I wouldn't say, maybe not Cardano. Cardano had more volatile moves the past few weeks, but it's currently down about 9%. The important thing about Ethereum, it's essentially holding its gains, only dropping about 0.66% for the week. And when we flip it to the daily, you kind of see that it's kind of holding its own, essentially. However, when can we expect? Well, the number one factor is looking at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin right now is looking quite good. It seems to be, it came back down, came back up, and it's kind of staying at this level. It's not going any higher, but it's not going any lower either. And that is what we call sideways movement. So with that said, we always said that sideways movement on Bitcoin is great for Ethereum, and this might be the moment that Ethereum was waiting for. What we can do is we can throw ETH BTC on with Poloniex for 1 second. If I can find it, there we go. So we see that Ethereum makes its moves when Bitcoin's moving sideways, kind of like this, right? You can see it right here. That was kind of like the major move that Ethereum's had as of late. We can also see it in history that same thing. The other thing to note is that Ethereum also goes parabolic when Bitcoin uh, gets to its prior all-time high, which is another thing that we're waiting for. So it's kind of I would argue it's kind of like a win-win situation for Ethereum at this very moment. I think the opportunity is very good. Either A, obviously three outcomes can happen. Bitcoin can go down, Bitcoin can go up, Bitcoin can move sideways. And two out of the three are going to benefit Ethereum greatly. Option one is if Bitcoin goes above its all-time high. That is an indication for many other altcoins that the next phase of the run is on. Bitcoin's past its prior all-time high. Liquidity then moves back into these altcoins, and the altcoins start pumping according to price history. Option number two, Bitcoin, like I said here, looks to be holding its own level here. This might be a new level that it holds, starts moving sideways, kind of like what we saw here and here. And altcoins again benefit because a sideways moving Bitcoin indicates that the price is going to hold, not 100%, but it gives confidence, and that's the important key word here, is that it brings confidence to traders that Bitcoin's not going to go, you know, tits up, for excuse my French, tits up, and that confidence will then bleed, like, go over back into altcoins. The third option would be that Bitcoin, crashes, and we can maybe anticipate that maybe Bitcoin will go down to the 20-week moving average, for example, which is about a 30% drop, and that will negatively affect altcoins in the short term. So, with that said, I think Ethereum is a very strong bet. I do hold a lot of Ethereum. It's the second largest position that I have in my portfolio, behind Bitcoin. And I mean, if Ethereum does go parabolic, like if it gives us another 80 some percent, then I have some portfolio reallocation to do, because Ethereum will then most likely, if it does go higher significantly, and most likely my portfolio will then get outweighed by just Ethereum's gains. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. The important part is that Ethereum seems to be holding its level at about 0.03. It's 0.031, but let's round down to 3. Bitcoin seems to be holding its own. On the daily, on the weekly, it still looks very much like a parabolic move. But at the same time, when we look at when Bitcoin made some sideways action, Bitcoin pumped 10%, Bitcoin came down 10%, and these were volatile weeks. But essentially we moved sideways. So regardless, if we see this 5% move up for the week, the following week could then see a 5% down for the week. It's entirely possible. It's also possible that we move up. In short, I think Ethereum's in a great position right now. What else to consider when we're looking at Ethereum against Bitcoin? Well, we can also look at the RSI. The RSI is currently, is right now at 54. It's not an overbought territory like it was in the summer, at the end of summer, nor is it, really down in the dumps below 30. From 40, from 50 to 30, is when we kind of see Ethereum against Bitcoin be in a bear market, for example. If this is like a bull run, then we can expect Ethereum to hold from 42 and up, and keep that momentum going. And it's interesting to see when we take this around rough price level and we bring it back all the way. Um, it's quite interesting to see how it acts as support during bull markets. You can argue this maybe, and when it acts as resistance during bear markets. I just thought that was interesting. Probably not as significant. I wouldn't put much weight onto it. But it's something to something to observe, and I think is interesting when we do look at markets. Um, and another thing to note, it was the MACD. The MACD is poised to cross in the coming weeks. We see that the down the downtrending line is going to continue to go, and we see already this line here bottoming out, and eventually it will cross into the future, maybe sometime in December, which is also something to keep in mind. MACD is a momentum play. However, at the same time, again, it's not foolproof. What we're really looking for is these really big MACD momentum swings, which comes when Ethereum's really pumping, right? It does look like it's going to cross, but as you can see in prior weekly times of Ethereum against Bitcoin, like what we saw here, it did cross, but Ethereum didn't really move up as much as we would like it to during that time. When we look at the Ethereum against the US dollar, just quickly looking, yes, we're at $600. We haven't been at this level for quite some time. However, I would argue that it is because Bitcoin is close to $20,000, and you just do the math. What's 0.0314 times $20,000? You'll get $600. The idea is that if Ethereum against Bitcoin starts really rising, and when I mean rising, I mean that we are going to revisit zero point zero 0.04, and then you can do the math, and it becomes about a 800, just under, I think, uh, dollars, and that'll bring us ever closer to Ethereum's prior all-time high, which I would contend that we will meet and surpass within this cycle. So yeah, $600 is nice, but that's not why I'm here. I'm mainly focused on the Ethereum against Bitcoin, and I recommend that all of you, if you are looking at Ethereum, to also make an effort to look at where it is against Bitcoin, because I think that is the more important chart compared to USD. I mean, it's nice to look at the USD chart, and looking at the USD chart, you're saying, wow, look at this move, right? It looks like it's just going to go up. But at the same time, Bitcoin was doing the same thing. And it turns out Bitcoin at the moment is the better play. But I think that will soon change. I don't know when or how quickly, but I'm fairly confident this is going to change. We can already see that move starting to happen. It looks like it's starting to happen, and we also see it on the daily on Bitcoin, where we look at the daily and say, well, it looks like Bitcoin's going to be holding this level. We'll see how long it'll hold. The longer it holds, the more bullish everyone's going to be, the more confident everyone's going to be, and that is inherently great for Ethereum. Anyway, you guys, that's all I have for today. Talk soon.